So apparently the BBC is so apparently there's this story about the BBC editing Donald Trump's there's a documentary the BBC did on Donald Trump and they did a statement. He made a speech about the January 1st thing in America where they said Trump was alleged that Trump encouraged his supporters to storm the Capitol building. And so BBC made a documentary about that whole thing. And then there is a part where they joined two different lines, like from two different sentences into one, and it made a completely different statement. It's been a whole thing for the past couple of weeks, the past week, where you've had the CEO of the head of BBC, the two main heads of BBC have resigned because of that. Trump was asking for an apology, and he was at the point of suing BBC for 1 billion. And so when I saw this story, well, the first thing that came to my mind was most creators back home in Cameroon, for example. I've had a lot of friends who complain to me about how other creators, about what some creators do, especially people who interview celebrities and all that. So they get to there's this thing that the media usually does, which is clickbaiting. So they get to cut the part where you said something about someone, and then that's the one that they promote more. And I've seen other people, what they do is that they cut a part of what they say here, cut a part of what you say here, and combine together. It makes a totally different statement. And then post it because they know that it's a clickbait. So they know that it's going to attract the audience to want to click that link, to want to watch it. Okay, what did they say in full? And so when I saw this case of Donald Trump and the BBC, that came to mind. And I said to myself, a lot of creators need to be careful, a lot of especially in Cameroon, because there is a lot of unprofessionalism with that level where people take celebrities are complaining that most people who interview them cut their interviews and join, and then things that was not in the sense that they said the things they said. So when you cut something, a word from another statement, this line, and then put together, it forms a total different statement. And so we need to be very careful because in the days ahead, we might see a lot of people sue people because of this thing, because their words were being turned and being framed in something different to mean something different. And so if you're a young creator out there, if you have somebody who does interviews, interview people and all of that, be careful the way you edit your interviews. Be careful the way you are trying to do clickbaiting because you might put yourself in trouble. Most people in Cameroon, for example, especially independent creators, don't really make money from these interviews. I've never made money from these interviews. I've done a lot of interviews in Cameroon people. I've been mostly for free. I've never made money from these things. So imagine that you do something for free